Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol is a lot of fun, has one of my favorite sequences in the entire franchise, but doesn't necessarily hit the heights as previous installments. Hello and welcome back to the Sunny Side, a place to discuss film, television, games, all things storytelling, while being sincere, thought-provoking, and always staying on the sunny side. My name is Evan B. Thank you so much for watching. Today we are on day 4 of our Mission Impossible binge, all binge long. I've been going through the Mission Impossible movies, talking about storytelling, adaptation, action movies, Ethan Hunt as a character, Tom Cruise as a movie star, and everything we love about this American James Bond franchise. So with that being said, let's dive right in. Today we're talking about Mission Impossible 4, Ghost Protocol. Now, I think this movie needs a little bit of context around it, just like Mission Impossible 3. Mission Impossible 3 came out right before the MCU, but in this post-9/11 sort of action movie era. It feels very like the first Michael Bay Transformers. It feels very much like James Cameron's Terminator 2, but hasn't really gotten the MCU vibe. Now, in this film, which came out in 2011, a few years after Iron Man and Thor and a couple of the MCU is starting to pick up steam, you can really feel that this movie has sort of changed into what has become sort of the 2010s sort of vibe of what an action or big comic book superhero movie is. I mean, it's a very superhero-feeling movie. It's directed by Brad Bird, who directed The Incredibles. And I think there's a lot of good that comes from that. Yeah, there's definitely some good humor. I think the set pieces are good. The tale, you know, the intrigue, the mystery, the story of IMF being set up and having to go from this place to that place, and all the different little bits of structure, I think are fun and very good. I think Ethan Hunt's character, you know, is you know, setting into this sort of father role. You can see there's a bit shades of Tony Stark. If you don't know, Tom Cruise was in the running to play Iron Man originally, next to Robert Downey Jr. instead. So you can see a little bit of that in here as this series definitely turns into being, you know, his superhero vehicle. You can feel, you know, the first 3, right, could have been a trilogy, but now you see Tom Cruise come back and you see, you know, Brad Bird with the little family that they're putting together. Simon Pegg, you know, you get to bring in Jeremy Renner, who has an interesting story, and gives a lot of space for this fun group of, you know, secret agents that, you know, instead of the whose side are you on, and like, you know, in previous ones I've talked about, it's fun to have that sort of, you know, you can't trust anyone. This goes the complete, you know, full end of that and says you can't trust anyone. Everyone is against you. Your allies are against you. Your enemies are against you. These new people you don't know are against you. And so that's really fun. I think in terms of the set pieces, the locations, the fact that it went much more international, the Burj Khalifa, going to Mumbai, having the Kremlin, like it starts to feel like this big international thriller spy thriller, which I think is a good growth for the story. I think the end with Jeremy Renner and Michelle Monaghan's character is interesting. I think they could have fleshed it out a bit more. That's where some of the character I think is lost. But overall, a really fun ride, and I'm glad they kept making them.